My
Yeah.
father flaunts that my daughter is an English trainer, My brother also at times promotes my channel amongst his friends, and
Being a Hindi medium student, you have learned English, you mastered it, now you're teaching to others.
there is a channel which is very famous amongst English learners, and the channel has somewhere around 2 million subscribers right now. So I worked with her, that lady. She, I was scared of getting a little bit troll, some criticism. But later, you are on YouTube, you can just easily make lakhs and lakhs and lakhs.
You can guide them well. What is the
Mhm.
common mistakes you see students making while learning English?
A lot of beginners have quite unrealistic expectations from making excuses is also. I have personal. Fourth is they want to master everything in one go. I want to, and if you ask me to stand in front of thousands of people and give a speech, I cannot do that, right? A beginner wants to do it in just 1 or 2 months. So that series that is still there live on YouTube, you can go, and that's one of the best courses, free courses you can come across on internet.
I think that people from Hindi medium background can become equally fluent in English as convent students or English medium students. What do you?
To me, and see
You are
see
an
my face.
exceptional. Not everyone can be like you. But do you think that AI tools like ChatGPT they can replace trainers? Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing really great. How are you doing, Karishma ji?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. And suddenly, like we are connecting randomly. No plan, no topic, no questions. Let's see how the session
Understandable.
will go. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
So before moving forward, I would like you to give a brief introduction for my audience.
Yeah, for sure. So, hello, all the fans of Karishma ji. I am also one of those fans. My name is Gayatri Sharma. I am from west part of UP. I have been an English language trainer for almost 4 years now, 3.5 years, and I have been training people to transform their lives, their communication skills, their spoken English. I can say, I have recently launched my YouTube channel called Gayatri's English Hub, where I also share some content which people can use to improve their English. Yeah.
Great, amazing introduction. So let I pick up one question from your introduction only that what inspired you to become an English trainer?
I think my journey itself would be inspiration, because when I was learning English, I would say I struggle a lot, but I was confused. I was completely puzzled, and I did not have any direction. I didn't have anyone, and all I would say that I was not even that serious that I would spend money on this language, and I would just go and ask anyone to, or I would buy a course. So I didn't do anything like that. So my journey became my inspiration, and all the challenges and everything coming from Hindi medium background, where I did not have anyone to make me understand about the language, how to learn it. So coming from that scratch background to mastering the language was something which inspired me, and I thought of that, let's just help people out with this.
That's great. Great. I think it's an amazing thought. And when you say that you are from Hindi medium, I start comparing myself with you because you are such like at such a young age, you are speaking so marvelous. You're teaching others. And I'm still not able to get that confidence of teaching, to be honest. People come to me and ask me, ma'am, why don't you provide us the session? We won't ask you anything grammatically. They say they give me that option also. But still I don't have that courage that where I can guide people or learners. So that's a great thing. Like I appreciate you for that. One more thing I would like to ask you, like how do your friends and family react when they see you as a trainer at such a young age? What's their reaction?
um like my family, so when I was learning English, it was a fun journey. I used to experiment with my mother most of the time, and I would just ask her, can you just pass me the spoon please, and she'd throw something at me and be like, तुम्हें ज़्यादा अंग्रेज बनने का शौक है, and any kind of things, right? It happens that parents get
Right.
irritated. However, my father and my brother didn't have much of ideas about all these things, and they would because there was not much communication between my father and I, and my brother has never been that much curious about my things. He's like, in his personal life, I have my personal space. So later when I started teaching, and when my father got to know that she doesn't only teach in India but internationally she trains people, because I have trained people, people who are in different continents even, right? I was training a lady last few months. She is in Africa, African continent, and like such an amazing journey I had with her for 3.5 3 4 months. So that was quite different from my parents. We come from very humble background and upbringings. Connecting people across the oceans was big deal for my parents. Like they literally they were amazed at all these things. So now they are quite happy. Initially the reaction was like, my mother was mixed in her reaction. She was not neither excited nor she were worried about all these things. My brother and my father didn't have much of the idea. So but now they flaunt outside. My
Okay.
father flaunts that my daughter is an English trainer. My brother also at times promotes my channel amongst his friends and says that she's my sister. And yeah, so that's how
Okay,
it is.
that's nice. So how do you feel now?
um I mean, I think it's not a big deal. Lakhs of people are doing. I feel sometime a little, I do have that attitude that I can speak English, whereas in my locality people don't speak much of the language.
Okay.
And even if there are few individuals, maybe I don't have the connections with them, but the way I talk, I feel a little superior, a little, not much, because I know that mastering a language is not a big deal. There is a lot in life to achieve and to tackle. So but I feel good about it, and I get really amazing feedbacks. I love when women regain their confidence, when they feel empowered again, when they feel happy that okay, I am getting that confidence, I am getting to know that how things are there outside. So that makes me feel happy now. Yeah.
That's great. Okay, so you were saying that it's not really difficult to master English. Everyone can learn it, but actually it's not that easy because the people who are struggling for in order to become fluent, they only know that how difficult it is. But apart from that, you have not only learned English, you are teaching somebody. That is altogether a different thing. It's not that easy. It is a kind of skill which not everyone can have. Otherwise, everyone is teacher around us, right? So I think for that I feel really proud that okay, being a Hindi medium student, you have learned English, you mastered it, now you're teaching to others. You also created your YouTube channel. Let's talk about that. How did you start your YouTube channel and how did you get your first 1,000 subscribers?
Oh, I think to be honest, I came on YouTube with good strategies. I would
Great.
not deny that fact, because I do come from marketing background as well, Karishma ji. I
Okay.
have helped so many, I
Okay.
would say, brands outside, and even few YouTubers. They are doing good on YouTube. There is a channel which is very famous amongst English learners, and the channel has somewhere around 2 million subscribers right now. So I worked with her, that lady. She taught me a lot as an entrepreneur, as a person, as a learner, as a boss lady,
Okay.
and as a creator. When you work with someone,
Channel.
you get to, yeah, there is a channel, Ocean English Academy.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah, I worked for Vidyushi Kaushik ji for a few months. I was trained by her. So I think okay, I was just simply learning this language. It's a beautiful journey. I was just learning this language. I was very happy, and I used to guide people for free on Telegram groups. So I would spend. I didn't have anything to do at the time. I was just graduate. I was just my first year or second year student when I started being more serious about this. So I would spend all day long on YouTube, and I would master few concepts, and I would just teach the people because I wanted to master them. And during that time, luckily a video popped up on my in my feed, and this Vidyashi Kaushik ji, she was inviting people across the country that whosoever thinks that they are good at speaking, they can join us. So we want to train people, and we want to hire them for our own things. And so I was luckily selected, and I went there, and I was a part of residential training for almost 45 days. And those 45 days were really, really amazing and intense to learn a lot from that individual. So yeah, that's how I started teaching professionally. I was trained for almost 45 days. Yeah. And YouTube channel, I had been thinking a lot, but I this for first I was hesitant. I thought that maybe people would not accept me. I was scared of getting a little bit troll, some criticism. But later, when I talked to Rajni, Ashutosh, few more individuals, they encouraged me. They were like, go ahead. And when I had a first conversation with Rajni, and it has somewhere around a lakh plus views, so people are there in comment section. They are like, what's her channel name? How can we connect this girl and all these things? So that pushed me to. And yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. And my second question, like as you said that you have joined YouTube with a good strategy, you have good marketing skills, and even I can sense that because when the first video you have posted, it was like professional video. It doesn't look like that somebody's just sit up and come on YouTube like me. I used to be like that. I just without any preparation, I started to post videos on YouTube, but you came up with the strategy. Did
Mm.
that strategy really work for you?
Initially it worked, but
Uh-huh.
gradually, as professionally, still I am aligned with a few commitments, because I feel that YouTube is not a sustainable thing, at
Right.
least for beginners, right? There are people who have mindsets that when you are on YouTube, you can just easily make lakhs and lakhs and lakhs. But YouTubers know the reality, right? And
Right.
I know the reality because I have worked with YouTubers, right? So I am still in professional commitments. So in just few days, I had some challenges, and I was not consistent. So initially it was fine. See, to be honest, let me tell
Initially.
you how marketing works on the face values of a person, right? There are two things: either you have a lot of money to spend on advertisement so that you can drag the audience, or your face value is really strong. So what worked for me and what works for everyone is the face they bring on the interviews or the conversation. Like, you are popular, right? Rajini is popular, no doubt. So there are more people like Sunita ji, right? And then there is a girl Niyati. So these people are in that search bar right now. When people search for conversational videos, you top the lists. So if I bring you on my interviews, on my podcast, that will give me views, no doubt. And everyone wants to have conversation with popular YouTubers. So that initially worked, but that also has a limit, no doubt. So after that, once you have 3 4 conversations with popular YouTubers, rest is your work, your dedication, your luck, I would say, right?
Um,
And everything matters in that. So for me, initially it worked, and it is still there. But because I have no time, to be honest, I don't get much time to dedicate to YouTube. I have a lot of personal commitments, and because I am into full-time job and taking sessions, so that somehow takes away my time and energy, and by the time I decide to work on YouTube, I am completely drained. So but I am very optimistic about it, and I am on the path to go for that. So
that's
that's how
great.
it works.
I think it's a very honest answer because the same I also felt like initially it worked really well for you, but now it is
Mhm.
going gradually smoothly. Maybe you're not giving that much time to YouTube as you have said that you have your personal commitments. Then that's fine. YouTube
Yeah.
actually we can't believe or like stay on this. It's there is no certainty actually because I have been on YouTube for last 3 years. I have seen all ups and downs. The moment you stop posting videos, you people don't recognize you. So I think that consistency it matters a lot on YouTube, and not everyone can be consistent for the whole life. Every person has
Yeah.
personal life. Sometimes they have to face problems also. So that's true. Okay, so let's talk about something from for my learners because as you are a trainer, I think you can guide them well. What is the
Mhm.
common mistakes you see students making while learning English?
Common
Mhm.
mistakes, I believe, Okay, so grammatically, are you asking me or what?
No, I'm asking as a whole, like when, for example, there's a beginner who wants to start learning English. What is the main mistake not exactly he, but the people or the beginner, they do when they are on their beginner level stage? What kind of mistakes they make?
I think first thing that their mental mistake is something which I would like to counter, that a lot of beginners have quite unrealistic expectations from them,
Okay.
right? From themselves, I would say. Like, for example, I am on YouTube, and if I start expecting that I should be thriving like Rajni in just 2 months, right? I remember Rajni told me that it took her 5 months to even get 1,000 subscribers and get her channel monetized. I was lucky enough that my channel got monetized even in 1 month. Just 1 month I got my channel monetized, but that is not sustainable thing, right? But it doesn't work for everyone. Same, I'll go for the beginners that they think like that I want to speak like Shashi through the very next month. So this is the first major mistake they make while learning the language. Second, they are not consistent, and I understand that it's not possible. But and then third is actually I was watching a video of Rini Rose Matthew, ma'am, recently, and she is such an elegant person. I have been following her for a good time. So she said that people make a lot of excuses while learning anything they have. So making excuses is also, I have personally come across, I have been training people for years now, and I know that how they learn for a month, and second month they have their amazing excuses to drop it down.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that they switch the trainers. No, they just completely give up on the learning. So this is the third mistake, right? Fourth is they want to master everything in one go. I want to master my pronunciation in 1 month. I want to work on my vocabulary in 1 month. I want to work on my tenses in 1 month. No, you cannot do that. So you have to decide priority. You have to set your priorities. That let's just start with, I must be able to give my introduction properly. Now let's start with that. Take a week, design it, practice it, right? So if you feel like oh, in just one day I should be able to speak on a big stage, even I cannot do that. I have been doing, or I have been in the language for 7 years now, 3 years of my learning and 4 years of training. And if you ask me to stand in front of thousands of people and give a speech, I cannot do that, right? I still have a stage fear. But a beginner wants to do it in just 1 or 2 months. So that is
Right.
something which they should not be doing. And that's the mistake, right? So yeah,
Right.
these are
Right.
the mistakes I feel they make.
Absolutely. And no one talks about these mistakes. People talk about the grammar, that people running after grammar initially they want. Yeah, perfection people talk about. And basically, what I feel is that a beginner, when he starts journey, first of all,
Mhm.
he goes to YouTube, search how can I learn English, and he gets those kind of videos where it has written that learn English in a month or two. These
Mhm.
videos also set kind of expectation for him. I feel this is what my observation is, because when I was learning, I used to do it, and I used to feel it that I can also learn in 2 months, 3 months. It's been 3 years. I'm still not able to speak properly. I still make mistakes. So I can understand it's not that easy. Like you can achieve overnight. You have to be patient, enjoy your journey, create smaller goals, and then definitely you can achieve one day. It is nothing like rocket science that you can't do it. You can do it. Yeah.
Like when I started learning English as a language, I was literally fortunate enough to not to come across these videos that you can learn English in just 21 days. I So the first video I watched of Ranveer Alabadia, and it is like
Okay.
7 years ago. 7 years ago, I
Okay.
was in my 10th standard when I watched that video.
Okay.
Even yesterday I was scrolling YouTube, and it was quite nostalgia for me too. And I just went back on the video of Ranveer Labadia, and because that was the point when I started my journey. That was the first moment when I realized that this guy speaks really good, and that is something I want to do without even knowing the advantages and kind of benefits of the language. And I did not know that people are so crazy and they want to make it to anyhow. So I went back on the video and I learned, and literally consciously or unconsciously I have applied all the rules what he has told in the video. I would recommend every single one of whosoever wants to learn the language, go and watch his video. The channel is, I think, Ranveer Labadia or Beer Biceps, the
Fair
channel name. He
biceps.
has multiple, yeah, multiple challenges channels he has. And there is a video 7 years ago, how to speak in English by Ranveer Labadia. You can search on YouTube and you'll get two parts, right? So 5 tips in each. So this was the point I started my journey, and I was completely immersed. I started consuming a lot of content in English. And the second point, turning point of my English journey to improve my accuracy or my technical skills, was the point when Vidyushi Kaushik ji launched a series, or my, I think, 90-day free spoken English course on YouTube she launched. She is such a talented trainer, I would say, as a person, as a lady I have come across. So I started following that challenge very patiently. I used to watch the way she would teach the concept present, indefinite, past, indefinite, future. So that series, that is still there live on YouTube. You can go, and that is one of the best courses, free courses you can come across on internet, which I have personally consumed as a person, as a trainer. So you can go and watch these things. And this is, so I was very patient. I never came across video like 21 days and do this, 1 week and do this. Never. And that was the very fortunate thing. So I was very patient, calm, and I just went with the flow. So that helped me a lot.
That's amazing. First of all, thank you so much that you share two amazing channels and the videos for helping people. And definitely, I'm gonna watch that Bear Biceps video because I am a huge fan of Ranbir. I used to watch his videos earlier, even now, and he's an amazing speaker. I would say that he speaks very naturally, so I would love to listen to him. And yeah, that's great. And one more thing I would like to ask you, like, do you recommend learning through books or movies or through real conversation? Which one is best method out of these three?
I think books, if it's about grammar book, that it depends if you are
That's a
interested
normal
in
book,
grammar. Yeah,
not
yeah,
grammar.
normal book.
Yeah.
That's fine. That no, I think that books are not. I don't like books, to be honest. In order
Okay.
to learn English,
Okay.
I love books to gain knowledge, obviously. But if you go with the intention that, oh, I want to learn English, that's a different ball game, to be honest. But if you go to books to gain knowledge, you will be the best speaker in the world if you know how to grab, like, things from books. So good. And in terms of movies, I love series. I have watched so many American, British series because I loved the character of Hermione, so I watched Harry Potter. So see, there is a side of, when you talk about books and series and movies and conversation, what will you talk if you do not have anything here? So you'll not get anything here. So books and movies or any content in terms of when you consume, that goes here, then things come here. So for me, yes, conversation is really important, but before you have a conversation with someone, you try to gather some ideas about anything you want to talk on a topic. And general conversations like, hey, how are you, how's the weather at your place, have you taken your dinner, fine. That should be limited, right?
Limited, yeah.
After a certain point of time, you should start upgrading your level, and you should just look up to that, oh, I want to move forward. But some people feel very comfortable only in these conversations, and they feel they are the good speakers. Like, I have personally seen that, and I have come across so many individuals, and they call them that they are intermediate learners. No, how are you categorizing? Intermediate learner means who can hold conversation on anything and make opinions on anything and shares, because he has, I don't know what are the parameters which people have. So books and movies are really, really important to fill your bucket here, and then it will give you a flow from your mouth and you'll be able to speak. So yeah, good one. Go for
Okay,
it.
great answer. My next question to you is, do you think that people from Hindi medium background can become equally fluent in English as convent students or English medium students? What do you think? What is your opinion on that?
I think I'll flaunt here. You can listen to me. Do you ever feel like she doesn't come from English medium background? And I have trained people coming from convent schools and universities. I have trained people who come from really good background, right? So I've just worked with them. That just like, because maybe even if they had that name of international schools, but their schools did not give them that exposure to
Uh,
talk in English, right? So that could be a reason. But Yeah, listen to me and see
You are
see
an
my face.
exceptional. Not everyone can be like you.
No, I think people can be like that. It's just like more about your dedication and the way you show up every single day, every single time. I just loved it. I felt like every emotion of mine should be just talked in English, right? That's how I loved this language. And like somehow even I that could be a weird thing. Right now I don't talk about marriages and anything, but when I started learning English, I had a very weird thought that my husband should talk in English no matter what. That would be my first priority before choosing a guy. So that was very
Oh
funny.
my
Like,
God.
again, you can imagine a girl, 16, 17 years old, and I was teenage when I started, when my exposure was there. But that was my first condition. Now I don't think about marriages. That's a different thing. So yeah, I think anyone can make it, Karishma ji, no doubt. Like your background, especially your academic background, does not matter, right? I don't know if, yeah, it matters in your jobs, right, your technical skills, but in terms of communication, no, I don't think so it matters. If you
Yes.
work really really hard, you can make it.
So as I said that you are an exceptional case because what I personally observe and seen in people that when I come across people who are from Hindi medium background, I genuinely just by conversing with them, I got this idea that they are from Hindi medium, no matter how good English they are speaking. You are
Mhm.
exceptional because I really did not know that you are from Hindi medium. Maybe you told me earlier, but I forgot about that. So today, when I was talking to you, I did not feel like that you studied from a Hindi medium school. But apart from that, I have seen people from English medium. Their level of speaking is actually different. The people who are grow up with this language, they get this,
Mhm.
and the people who got the environment of this language since their childhood, the way they speak is they don't think anything in their mind. They just speak like as natural as we speak Hindi. So
Yeah,
somewhere there's a like I feel that people can recognize those people that okay, he's coming from Hindi, especially if the person is from India, because we have this cultural difference. Every state has its own mother tongue, and every person, for example, if Bihari person, if he speaks English, you will get to know the just because of not the language, but because of the tone he will use. If
yeah,
somebody is from Gujarat, you will definitely understand. Bengali people, they speak English differently. So
yeah.
I can understand, but yeah, but as you said that if people are dedicated, hardworking, if you have this passion, goal, you can do anything. So exceptions are everywhere. You can master it.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
so
really
where
true.
do you
People
see
can do
yourself like after 5 years from now as a trainer?
it. As a trainer, I think I
Yeah, as a
want to do
YouTuber
a
or
lot.
as a like anything you want, you can say. I don't restrict.
I think right now, see, I came across a video on internet where someone said, not someone said, Ankur Wariko said that Gen Z, I am a Gen Z. I am 2000 born, right? So I'm
Okay.
like, I am in the generation which is the most lost generation in the world right now, and like quite confused. And we are not able to. I am not able to figure out. I am one of 90%, I would say, generation. 10% have figured out, and even in that, whosoever have figured out, maybe they are not that fully content and happy with their things. But I am one of those who has not figured out life yet,
Okay.
and I am still struggling to find my feet because I don't see myself in long term teaching English as a trainer. I want to influence people. I don't know how and
Okay.
what will I really do. I think my communication is really good, so I could be into coaching in future, but not English, right? I could be a life coach, I could be a mental coach. Before that I have to work on my mental health. But yeah, see, teaching always has been my love, because I after my classes, my school, when I was in my school, so once the teacher leaves the class, my friends would just come, just surround me, and they would ask me, क्या बताया, क्या टीचर ने बता, because we were not focusing on that. You were there, so you tell me what was there. Or maybe they would not understand the language of a teacher, but I was amazing at explaining things even in my school days. I was in 12th when I started teaching 10th student. I was in my graduation first year when I used to teach 12th students. right? So teaching always has been in my blood, but I don't know what I want to teach in future. Not English, right?
Non-English.
Maybe I have to keep up with the world, so I have to understand the practicality of the world. English will not be that major problem after a decade, because people will have a lot of exposure to internet, so they would not come to humans at least to learn the language. They would all automatically have a lot of excesses of content and
Exactly.
internet and the kind of, so we have to adapt to that practicality and we have to move ahead of the world. So yeah, maybe something else, but not as a trainer. I don't see myself as a trainer in future. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you because there are a lot of resources now, so you cannot rely on something for a longer duration. You have to change as per the society or environment. And actually, I was about to ask you the same question related to AI. That do you think that AI tools like ChatGPT they can replace trainers, or will human trainers always be needed? What is your opinion? It is my last question.
No doubt AI can replace human trainers, but then we'll need more psychologists in future and psychiatrists. So I'm planning to switch my career, and I think I remember one day and I'm very serious about it. I think I and we were having a conversation, Niyati, I and Roshan, and then we were talking in that how AI can definitely exploit and can disrupt the market, and it already has disrupted the market, right? But it will give a lot of mental breakdowns to people, and we have to be ready for that. We will have a lot of frustrated human beings in future. We'll have a lot of loneliness problem amongst youngsters and teenagers and the coming upcoming generations. So I'm very serious about switching my career into psychiatrist or a counselor.
Yeah,
But AI can definitely affect the market. It is affecting the market. People find it easy. That makes them more reliable on them. That is the It's just like we have to use it wisely, but because we get the access of something and we do not understand how to use it, so people will lose their memory power. We can see a lot of effects. So yeah, definitely it will affect humans. It will replace to some extent, but then it depends that it could also give you more career options. Yeah,
I think
counseling is one of that.
Yeah, I think I couldn't agree more on this because I have the same opinion. Because we are too much relying on these AI that every now and then for the smaller task, we don't want to apply our mind. We are so much dependent on them. And for the very simple solution, which we can do just by thinking, we take help from ChatGPT. So I remember the time, like yesterday only, I was teaching my son and he asked me, Mama, how to write 1 to 10 in Hindi language. It was a task in Hindi notebook. And even I did not know how to write 1 to 10 in Hindi. I had to take help from ChatGPT. So when I was teaching him, he said, Mama, why are you teaching? Just give me the phone, I will write it. I said, you will just copying it. You should know now how to make them, how to write it. You have to learn it. He said, No, Mama, it's just the homework. Let me do like this. It will save our time. So I was
Yeah.
like, I got it. Like my mom, she used to teach me each and everything just by writing and, holding my hand and guiding me throughout the process. So everything is getting changed because of these AI. That is true. And one last question. I think we have 5 minutes. What is that one message you want to give to young learners who admire you and want to follow your journey?
Okay, so before I go for the message, I'll tell you something yesterday what happened, and I was shocked. So I was just scrolling my WhatsApp, and on WhatsApp you have an assistant called Meta AI,
Meta, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So yesterday it gave me options, right? So there were like you have a search bar and it gives you multiple option that what do you want.
right.
So there were like few options, automatic options. They were like relationship advice or suggestions, and I was like, really? Do you think that I'll come to you for relationship advice and suggestions? It's just like because people have trained these AI in a way that it understands that a human can go to a machine or an AI to ask that this is the issue I have in my relationship right now and solve it. So I clicked on that. I was like, okay, let me see what it gives me. And it gave me a really long, article.
Did you
Do
read it?
this, go to the person. Yeah, I read it. You were like, go talk to the person, understand. Maybe he is going through something. I was like, first of all, I am not having any relationship right now. But I was like, how how much people have trained the data which has been fed to this particular AI, that it is automatically giving me option that are you here for a relationship advice. So this shocked me yesterday. and I was contemplating. But okay, let me come to your question. If people want to follow my journey, I would say that be crazy, guys. I used to hear so many things initially, and I was even character, I was talked on my character when I used to practice initially, because we come from India, and India is very conservative country still. No matter how hard we try to talk about we are modernized, no, we are not. Just like few specific country cities of India, like Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, they are modernized, but villages are still same. So I was questioned. She's all the time on phone. What does she do? Her parents don't stop her. She's out of control and whatnot. But you have to understand, why are you doing this? So do this. Be crazy. Immerse yourself. Even जब तक आप नींद में इंग्लिश में बात नहीं कर रहे, until you are not on a right path, till then you have to practice until you just talk, like that, you
In your dreams,
just
yeah.
sleep, yeah, in your dreams. So that's the only thing which I would ask everyone to follow, if they
Thank you
want to
so
follow.
much. Thank you so much, Gayatri, for the wonderful tips and advices. And I think the session would be really helpful for the Gen Zs especially. And I would love to connect with you again in future. And it was very random conversation. I did not prepared much what to ask you, but still I think we have discussed good things which are very helpful for the people. Thank you so much for joining
I
me
love
because we are running out of time. I have to wind this up.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Karishma ji. Bye bye.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye bye.